Welcome back to another video here in China. Please do forgive me for my pronunciation. I struggle with English on the best of days. We're here in the Hunan district, which is famous for the Zhangjiajie National Park, which I'm currently in now. This place is off the gate. It is wild. It looks incredible. I believe the director of Avatar actually got some inspiration for this place, and it's what's made it famous basically. So the Hunan district is split over two locations for tourists, I guess. We have the national park that I'm in right now, and then we have the Tianmen mountains, which is the other side of town. So we're here for the next 3 days and we're going to be exploring both of these places, and I can't wait because this place is wild. Alright, so we've just picked up our tickets. That was a bit of a hoo-ha. We used 2 credit cards that didn't work. We tried to pay with WeChat. That didn't work. Luckily enough, we had some cash that we'd picked up when we first got here, and we was actually worried about not being able to use because we just can't spend it. Luckily they took cash, so happy days. National tourist attraction, yeah.
I'm gonna get this.
I've no idea what's going on. Well, that was quite the experience. We just got pushed onto some train, but I think it saved us like 40 minutes of walking, so we look like we're in this, oh lovely, look like we're in this like area to start to trek now.
And you can come down. Beautiful picture from here.
Xie
Thank you.
Seriously, man, the people of China, unbelievable. The nicest, welcoming, helpful people I think I've ever been to, ever met. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That guy, very little English, but we just had a full-blown conversation of where we should go, what we should do, and told him that we lived in New Zealand, and he said that his wife and daughter are living in Melbourne. Oh man, I don't know what I had in my head before I come here, but it's the complete opposite. People so welcoming, amazing. These stairs are no joke. I reckon we must have walked up probably close to 10,000 already. Just spoke to that fella down there, that lovely bloke. He reckons he's still got another 2 hours, but we'll see. Another thing I'm loving about this national park is the entrance fee. You pay a one-off entrance fee and the ticket's valid for 4 days. So to be fair, it's the only reason that we'll come back tomorrow. One set price and you get 4 days with it. Pretty cool. You do have to pay for the cable cars and the train and stuff that's in here, but the buses, they're all included in the ticket. So good work, China. Oh, Sing Tao. 谢谢. Well deserved. Yes. Yes. Just made it to the summit, and when you get here, you're greeted with the golden arches. You couldn't write it. I actually hate heights, eh? We are taking a 1 hour walk up this stream, and then I think it's like a 40-minute hike up to the viewpoint. I'm not too sure if we're actually going to make it. It's about an hour and 45 minutes till sunset, but we're going to walk as far as we can down the stream and then look at our options when we get there. I haven't actually had the camera out that much today. I was just thinking about that. So yeah, sorry if you're here for the photography. I did have the drone up for a bit earlier, which was cool at that pagoda, but yeah, as a photography I haven't really done much today. We've just been on a bit of a mission. We're just saying that the contrast in temperature that we've been through since we landed in China a week and a half ago is insane. It was so hot in Guangzhou that we couldn't even really go outside some of the day. Here, we haven't even taken our jackets off all day. Chloe's got like an 800 field down jacket on and she's toasty as. And we've been going up like millions of stairs all morning. For me, this is perfect temperature. Made it to a place called the Back Garden. Wow. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to where we wanted to get to for sunset, just because it's too late and the light's pretty flat anyway. So we're going to call it quits tonight and head back here in the morning first thing, try and catch the last bits of sunrise, because the park doesn't actually open till 7 AM. So the sun rises just before 7, so probably take us a good 45 minutes to get back up here. We'll be cheeky and use the elevator to come up to make sure we try and get some golden light. So yeah, what a day. 30,000 steps in the bag. I don't know how much elevation up and down, but well, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Good morning, we're back in the national park bright and early after yesterday's failed sunset attempt. We realised when we got back to the hotel that we were actually in the wrong location for where I wanted to be to shoot photos last night. So we actually needed to be where we spent the whole day, and we came down in the cable car. So we're actually going to go back up in the cable car and then figure it out once we're up there. Sun's starting to come up, so we haven't really got long, but the park doesn't open till 7. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to get much good light. Up we go again. One bus, one cable car, another bus after that, and now we're in some mad golf cart thing, and it's taken us 2 hours to get here. So we've just made it to the location that we wanted to be in about 2 hours ago. That was a logistical nightmare. It was crazy, and it cost a fortune as well. So it's funny because we're actually opposite the mountain range we was in last night, and this is the mountain range that we spent the whole day in yesterday. So technically we could have just stayed here last night and done this, but nevertheless, bad planning on my behalf. Unfortunately, the clouds have rolled in now and the golden light's gone because sunrise was 2 hours ago. But this is the thing with photography, right? You know, you've got to make the best of a bad situation. So the view's incredible, and let's see what we can do. Ni hao, brother. We had one failed sunset, one failed sunrise, and the weather wasn't the greatest. I mean, this morning was amazing, but we was in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately. But that's the thing about photography, right? We have this envision in our head of getting to the spot, having the perfect scenery, the perfect weather, the perfect conditions, and when you get there, reality is completely different. So it keeps you on your toes, and you know, keeps you looking at other ideas and other things to capture. I actually don't think there's anything better than a bowl of noodle soup on a cold day. Oh, so good. So I just picked up this little bag of fruits from the stall behind us. I have no idea what they are. Same colour as my jacket. They look like a peach, I don't know, but the taste is out of this world. They're like a, I don't even know, like a peach, like a date. Unreal. It seems like we've come to the Tianmen Mountains at the same day as the rest of China. It's crazy. China does not get any easier. We've been in this queue for 2.5 hours now. We got no chance of seeing sunset, that's for sure. Utter madness, like just queues and queues and queues. Probably the busiest place I've been to since we've been in China. Insane. Should have got here this morning, I probably would have seen sunset. The reason because of the madness and the queues is because in November it's the start of the low season and they do a bunch of maintenance on the cable car. So I think they have something like 3 rows of cable cars going at once, but now they've only got 1. So basically there's a third of the capacity. I'm not sure how many people come on this place a day, but I can imagine it's quite a big number. So that's the reason for the madness, and yet again probably bad planning on my behalf. Finally made it. So that was the world's longest cable car up until 2018. I believe the cable car in Phuoc, Vietnam is now the longest in the world and has taken that title from this place. Some final closing thoughts for our time in Zhangjiajie. To sum it up in one word, I'd say frustrating. It has been real hard work being here. I've read some horror stories on blogs before coming here, and I'm pretty sure that has summed up our time here. We've done a lot of waiting around. It's just been logistically hard, and I guess not talking Mandarin, and yeah, just waiting. It's just waiting all the time, and we're spending money and we're not really getting anywhere. So it's been frustrating, but I'm not going to put a downer on it at all. This place is somewhere I'd love to come back to one day. The landscape is otherworldly, absolutely incredible, but just unfortunately our time here has just been hard work, to say the least. Tomorrow we take a train, we head further west, we go to a city called Chongqing. So yeah, excited to get back to city life, I guess, and see what Chongqing has to offer. So yeah, once again, thanks all for your support. I really appreciate it. Much love, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. It just fascinates me.